Hello y'all, this is the Ninja DC. Today is my promised follow-up video to my complaints about KorraSami. Unlike many feminazis, I'm not going to stop complaining about a perceived issue, but actually offer a solution to how it could have all worked if KorraSami was actually planned from the beginning. The solution is actually quite simple, just have Asami be lesbian. Now before you complain that this breaks the show's story, it in fact would fix a lot of problems with season 1 and 2 if Asami was just subtly lesbian from season 1. Also, I say subtle because this is Nickelodeon and all my suggestions for changes that could have fixed it are all within Nickelodeon approval. Now how this would work is Asami, instead of supporting Mako's team because she finds him hot, pun only partially intended, she would support him because she actually likes his team and was sort of a fan of his, and also in general pro-bending. You know, like her apparent future love interest. Asami, being a patron of pain, would also give her character more depth in season 1 than being Mako's sugar mama. Instead of Asami having to choose the now cliche love our family, only to have to break up with said love a few episodes later, she would be involved in the much less saturated conflict of choosing friends or family who are going down the wrong path. The love triangle of season 1 would also be replaced with a simple misunderstanding situation, because of course something just has to stop Korra and Mako from happening until the very final act. For example, if you could have Mako and Asami accidentally kiss because of shenanigans, see Naruto and Sasuke for example. And of course, Korra saw it all. Korra believes Mako and Asami are a thing and thus keeps her feelings hidden. Poorly hidden to be specific. Mako could also complicate things by generally having a crush on Asami, or to be specific, constantly blushing around her. Which would be understandable because Asami is Asami. This creates a lot of awkward situations until, at last, Korra tells Asami her feelings and, well, support for Asami and Mako. To which Asami responds, "Oh, I'm not really into Mako like that," and said with the not so subtle wink at the camera as to why. This sets the precedent for Asami's sexuality from the get-go, but also opens up interesting conversation points as Asami slowly warms up to Korra and makes her feelings known over the seasons. You know what this also does? It also makes season 1 and 2 Mako less of a heartbreaking dick that keeps jumping between two girls. And Mako needs all the help he can get to be loved by the fandom. Here, he only dates one of those girls who he gets a more developed relationship with through their frequent misunderstandings with Korra. So by Asami being subtly lesbian from the get-go, or at the very least not involved in a very self-destructive relationship with Mako, it removes a lot of the issues with KorraSami's ending, and also makes Mako, Asami, and Korra into better characters with more depth. And with this, the rest of season 3 and 4 could be more or less left exactly the same. I mean, we could add a few more nods, but they generally work neutrally or favorably in terms of KorraSami's shipping, so not any changes would be needed to be made. We could make it actually more suggestive, especially in season 3, but it works, or at least doesn't detract. My only other big change would have to be the removal of the subtlety of the final moment. I'll be blunt. It should have ended with Korra and Asami kissing, or at the very least leaning into a kiss like Aang and Katara's very first kiss. If you want to go for the cultural mic drop, go all the bucking way, where at least we don't have to debate if it actually happened. And it's the final moment of the final episode. Nick would not risk the PR nightmare if they pulled the last episode of Legend of Korra. It's not like Korra's creators have to worry about an employment backlash, as it is very clear by now that the Avatar's team of awesome is never going to work with Nickelodeon again. Because, as I've stated in the past, f*** you Nickelodeon with your self-destructive treatment of Legend of Korra. Well, this is the Ninja DC. Keep calm and an open mind. And seriously, f*** you Nickelodeon. Now, if Avatar's team wanted to actually see how shipping nods can be done right, let's just look at Fairy Tail. This is shipping.
Don't worry. We're all in this together.
This is shipping.
A fiancé! That's a surprise. Well, congratulations. That's great. I'm really happy for you. Always such a terrible liar. Guess that means he's himself again.
This is hentai?
プレイ様、次はジュビアを9でつついてください。